Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be channeling a group message straight from source to you guys to help you get tuned in to who you really are, knowing your desires and getting towards your desires, towards your manifestations. So without further ado, guys, let's see what Spirit has to say for everyone today. Becoming you. Being authentic, living to the beat of your own drum, becoming you, isn't it easy as you think it might be? Of course, there's a subgroup of people who grew up with toxic people and all of that stuff, but it's also just relationships in general. How do you stay true to what your desire is, expressing them to others, while allowing that person space to be true to themselves and express them back to you? Sometimes there's going to be perfect. I want this, let's go. But sometimes it's, well, I want this, I want this. So there is a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of accommodation. We're not really big fans of the word compromise because typically if you're compromising the way that word's used on earth right now, it means someone is, well, I want this, it's your turn to compromise. I'm suffering, I'm sacrificing, you're feeling good. And then you guys will vice versa. So we prefer accommodation. No, this is 100% what I want. Hey, that's something that's not what I would intrinsically want to do on my own, but that's something I could do for you. We prefer those kind of wiggle rooms, those sort of I can accommodate that. That's something I could support you and that's something that if you want to do that, I encourage you and I could watch your kids while you do that. But you may not want to be the one doing it with them. So, do you guys hear that like gray area? That wow, yeah. I'd love to support you in doing that. That means you could be the one doing it with them. That means you could be doing the one listening to their stories afterwards. That means you could be the one watching their kids afterwards. That means you could just be the one that's not shunning a judgment ear on them. So, how do you stay true to yourself that inherently, when you're hanging out with another physical human being, they're going to have needs too? And we're going to give you guys an example. Kelly loves to go on a morning walk. She lives very close to like a good, I don't know, maybe like 10-mile trail loop system. She loves it. I knew her friend moved back into town, and Kelly was like, hey, I normally go on the walks in the morning. Do you want to go on those with me? Okay, well, I need to get my stuff done too. And Kelly was, oh, sorry, it's like 8 a.m. Sorry, I was just inviting you to walk. What's going on though? What do you need to get done? Well, I need to go to the hardware store and my thing, and like I can't go on a hike and get exhausted. And Kelly was, no, I hear you, but this is just my morning walk. This isn't a hike. It's like just a half-mile loop in nature. Okay, well, I could do that, but I need my stuff done. Kelly was hearing, oh, she doesn't want to run her errands alone. Okay, fine. I've got there. That's not too far from the trail. That'll take 30, 45 minutes. So they had an interweaving of both people's things getting done. Kelly forgot. It was a good friend who moved away. She forgot what they're like in person, and they both talk. They'll both stop and stare at grocery stores. So 2 hours later, Kelly was like, oh my God, I have to get back home to do this work. So that's what we're talking about. How do you be you? Well, accommodating to someone else's energies and what they want. How do you say no to firm no's? How do you go, here's what I can wiggle room on? How do you have an experience, not get mad at them, right? Kelly was just, whoa, whoa, whoa. We gotta, hey, so when I invite you to morning walks, it's typically because I need to morning walk. I then like to come back and meditate. I then go live in my Facebook group. I then like have my work day. If you ever just want to like chill and hang out during the day, Tuesdays are a great day for that. I don't plan too much work-wise, Tuesdays and Sundays. So do you see that after explanation? Many of you right now are just a little unwilling to speak up and say, hey, I loved that. Here's how we can make it a little bit better for me. Hey, can I share, like, hey, I loved hanging out with you. Can I share some things that make it more enjoyable for me? And I, of course, would want to hear if there's anything that could make it more enjoyable for you. So it's that speaking up to someone that's actually not abusing you, that's not taking advantage of you, but it's just that little bit of, hey, here's how our interaction can make it better for me. And then from there, what happened? Kelly told her, like, no, I'm stepping back up. I'm really feeling called to get back out there and channel more messages for people. So I'm actually creating a schedule for myself. I know you're used to Kelly that was only working 1 day a week and living off grid, but this is the Kelly that I want to be live in my group, channeling spirit, pulling cards for people again. Okay, I hear you, Kelly. So when do we could have our spontaneous fun though? Kelly was like, Tuesday. It's opening up to that dialogue, to how do we come together to create a win-win for both of us. Most of you just need to be a little bit open to that. Hey, can I share how that could actually be even more enjoyable for me? Da 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 da. Is there anything that would make it more enjoyable for you? And it's just learning that communication, that dialogue, and you want to approach it with, hey, I want to share some, can I share some things that make it more enjoyable for me? If they say no, don't push it. That's a no. Move on, find someone new to play with. If they say yes, like, well, I'd find it more enjoyable if we maybe, did this, or I'd find it more enjoyable if we did that. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Well, I'd love to hear if there's anything from you. And it's approaching it with curiosity. If you open all the windows in a house, they turn on the AC, like, oh, wow, I'm so curious. What makes you want to be running the AC instead of opening the windows? Oh, the bugs get in. Okay, well, I guess I'm just curious because the AC is so loud and that doesn't bother you? No? Oh, okay. I guess I prefer a quieter environment. And depending, right? If you own the house, you get to go, yo, no, that's not okay with me. I want windows open. The bugs bother you? Okay, let's go get screens on the windows. If you're the one living in their house and they have a little more say, it's oh, interesting. I prefer this. You can then make your plan to move out, or you can make your plan of, hey, that's not a big deal for me. It's really allowing yourself to have those secondary conversations so that you can see if there's a even better way for you two to connect. That's what you guys need to hear today. And Spirit is telling me to stay on for a little bit of conversation. So does anyone have any questions or comments about that general message? Yo, Valentina, what's up? Who's live on Facebook? I don't see any comments. So yeah, do you guys have any comments or questions about that? While you're doing that, I do want to let you guys know that I do have a live in-person event coming up, and I'm so excited about, called Becoming You, July 12th to the 13th. There's comments in the description, a link in the description, or a link in the comments for everyone who'd love to come in person. It's near Washington, D.C. I rented a beautiful Regency suite for us. It's going to be super small and intimate, just like 6 to 7 people could fit in there, counting me. So it's gonna be super comfortable. So that's coming up. But yeah, any questions or comments, guys? Was listening, great message. Yeah, Valentina, because like sometimes, right, there's the people who are going from yuck to good, where they do have to learn how that, no, this is me, that's you, this is what I want, let me speak up for myself, right? People who are in toxic, abusive kind of environments. Then there's also what happens when you're at good, right? We don't want to be mediocre, guys. We don't want to be, well, this is good enough. We want to be, I love living here. I love my life. I'm looking forward to this happening. I can't wait to go to my daughter's recital. I'm looking forward to this travel I have. Oh my God, I just got this new client. I'm going on an interview for this job. And part of that is just, hey, I really enjoyed that experience. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a really graphic, embarrassing example. So I was just interacting with a beautiful gentleman. We had some fun, and he actually texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'd love your feedback or anything. Like, is there anything I could have done to like improve my performance?" So guys, I would encourage you, as you do this, regard it as an art. And I realized when he asked that question, I was like, okay, this guy's a people pleaser, so I don't want to take advantage. I don't want to be the one bulldozing him. It was just, wow, that was a great experience. Let me reflect on that. No one's actually ever really asked me. And then a couple days later, I was like, hey, I knew some things that would make it more enjoyable. Do you think that we could start with just like non-sexual touches? And maybe just like a hug, and I could feel your whole arm just leaning against me. Right? It was just sharing it was actually a phenomenal experience. But yeah, you know what? If we could just start the first couple minutes with like your hand on my back. And he was like, wow, that will provide comfort for you. Absolutely. Thank you for telling me. So do you guys see how like sometimes it could actually work out that way? Wish I could come. Emily, it would be so cool if you could come. I would love to meet you. Honestly, guys, I pretty much planned this live event. Well, number one, because I woke up one morning and Spirit was like, do a live event. I was like, whoa. And then I felt myself like waking up from the COVID slumbers, right? I was like, whoa, I haven't done anything fun in a while. I haven't done travel in a while. And I felt myself waking up and I was like, yeah, I just want to meet some of my people. I just really want to meet them in person. So the way it's priced right now, it's actually not going to be profitable for me. The hotel's a little bit pricey and like the airfare out there, but I was like, I don't care. I want travel and I want to meet people. And Spirit gave me this as my inspired action and idea. So we're going to go for it and do it. On self, focus on self will be clarity easier as how to make myself happier. Ooh, Queen, let's feel into that a little bit. Because yes, when you can bring your focus back to yourself, you can get tuned in, tapped into how you feel, to express it, to move forward. But Queen, when I'm picking up in your energy, Queen, I'm picking up that you actually just need to start taking action. So what goal are you trying to go for? Because you know what will make, what I'm picking up in your energy anyway, Queen, is that like, you know what will make you happy. I think it's more that you don't necessarily know the action to take that will help you get your goal. So feel free to comment. We're going into live spot readings. I'll be at a concert that weekend, but what concert are you going to? But I hope you plan another one. Maybe I will. Emily, where do you live? Dude, I could do these. I want to meet you guys in person. I want to be hugging you guys. I want to be channeling for you guys. I want to be sharing lunch and dinner with you guys. Hey, Antoinette, are you on by chance? Because the schedule you got, I want to change it. And does anyone else have any questions or any like spot readings that they want? I want to stay on and like help you guys a little bit. I live in VW. What the fuck is VW? VW. Oh, Virginia. West Virginia. Emily, I'm doing the live event in Reston, Virginia. Oh my God. Cancel the concert. Come to my event. What concert are you going to? I want to be so close to you, Emily. Oh my God. It's Billy Strings with members of the Grateful Dead. Oh, okay. That's a decent concert to go to for sure. Action is in order. Yes, Queen, action is in order. So talk to me right now. Like guys, I was actually just on a breakthrough call. Let's stay focused on Queen. Queen, action is in order. Guys, it's energy first and then action, right? Like it's energy first. I have to get into alignment first and then I have to take the action and come live. It's energy first, get into alignment. I got the divine idea to do a live event. I then have to take action. So I had to call the hotel. I had to look at the price. I had to look at my budget. Can I afford that? Can I not? If only one person shows up, can I still afford it? And I was like, fuck yeah, if one person shows up, this doesn't need to be profitable. I just want to hang out with people live and I want to be channeling for them fresh in the room because the energy is just so much more alive and you can feel the shifts in people and they always leave live events with a buzz and like instant manifestations. And then the emails that come in afterwards, Kelly, you would never guess what just happened. I got my manifestation. I love that, right? But I had to take action. I had to call the hotel, right? Okay, so I am awakening from the lockdown. Yeah, this event is definitely for the wake up from lockdown. And it's like, wake up, get out of that stagnant COVID lockdown energy. And like, not only that, but you guys know how it works. In manifestations, you have to build up momentum. So a lot of people are starting from ground zero because we've been stagnant. You come to my live event, like that's exactly what this live event's for. I'm awakening from lockdown, ready to travel, teach, taking my show on the road. Okay, so Queen, if that's where you're at, obviously meditate, get into alignment, get your energy going, right? Let me I want to think of the smallest step you could take, guys, because whenever you're getting out of stagnant energy, you just want to think 1% more. And I literally, when I received the download and I got it 3 days in a row to do a live event, I was like, okay, what's 1% more? 1% more would be booking the hotel room. So then I was like, I did the prepay. I was like, I want a hotel that's going to be comfortable. It's going to be classy, sophisticated, higher end, but also very comfortable, very meditation-like. And then, my inspired action was to actually like, call an ex-boyfriend. I saw where he lived, and then I went, oh my God, didn't one of my old coaches do a live event near there? I checked your email. So there was a little bit of a fun path. I was like, that hotel. And I went, oh my God, there's a big comfy couch that's extra large. There's two large comfy chairs in there. There's also the chairs that have the firm, large backs. I know some people like to sit in those. I don't. I like the big comfy chairs, but there's also like little meditation nooks, but it's a classy high end 14th floor. We got a beautiful view of the city. I was like, perfect. Right? So going to share. So Queen, instead of just like, have you done live events before? What's your gifts that you're getting out there? Because your first step might actually be, hey, universe, give me one person that I can help right now with my gifts, right? When I first started out 5 or 6 years ago, it was universe, all right, you want me to pull tarot cards for people. Who's someone I could actually pull a tarot card for and help? And then I was just guided to someone in person. They were glowing like a diamond. And I was like, hey, are you into the spiritual stuff? And they were like, yeah. I was like, could I pull some tarot cards for you? They were like, yeah. They were like, crying and sobbing. How did you know? Right. But I did a couple of those free things around town, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them. And then I was like, okay, universe, who are the people who will pay a little bit for this? I did some, right? So we need to get your first step, Queen. And your first step might be pull your first tarot spread for someone. Because you don't want to start from doing nothing to, I got to do a live tour, right? That's too big of a leap. Does that make sense, Queen? And Emily, I'll come back to your question. Who's live on Facebook? Say hello. Say hello. Don't be shy. Going to share my gifts more on various platforms starting today. Yes. Okay. I have done lives. Okay, so you've done lives. Okay, let me fill into it then, Queen. Yeah. Okay, Queen. Keep doing your lives. And do you have a way to accept payment from people? Do you have PayPal? You could also make it be cash. Find a venue, Queen. I'm picking it for you. Like, the first live event I did, I rented out a yoga studio, and she was so cool and so chill. I think I paid her like $50 to rent it out. I intentionally picked a day that she didn't have anything in her calendar. Because I was like, hey, look, like I'm just starting out. I'm nervous. I don't feel comfortable charging. What's the lowest you'll go if I pick a date where you're not doing anything? I'm kind of feeling like that's in your energy, just to pick a place that's a little friendly on the amount of money, right? Like this event, I'm paying $1,000 for the room for us all to go hang out in comfort. You don't want to start with that, Queen. Okay. Have had group sessions for pay, small donations. Okay, perfect. So Queen, your next steps are then, thank you, would be find a venue that you're comfortable with the amount they want to charge. You might find a venue that will do a profit share with you. And most importantly, Queen, your next step is to have a firm price, not a donation love offering. That's your action, Queen, because that's you stepping up into owning, I see the value of my spiritual gifts. And I now want to be a match for people who also place value on this. And set a firm price. I don't care if it's $35. I don't care if it's $50. Many ways to accept payments, PayPal. Perfect. Pick the location. Tell people, here's the date, here's the time, here's how you can pay to secure your spot, and have a price. You can, if you want, Queen, since this is kind of a big jump for you. So what are you going to do? Like a 3-hour live event? Pick a place. I'm really feeling like a little yoga studio would be good for you, Queen. Start promoting it. Start doing your lives and just start talking about, hey guys, let me help you today. Come to the live event, and set a price. It's $50 to come. You can, if you want. I have 2 scholarships available. Please PM if you need that. But it's time for you to get out of donation-based into charging. My donation was a firm price. Okay, then stop calling it a donation, right? Stop calling it a donation. They're not taking pity on you. They're not taking sympathy on you. They're not, here's a donation for your time. It's like owning that your skills are a valuable service. That's your action. It's okay to say, hey, book a, like anyone who wants one-on-one time from me, you don't want to do a live event, go book a breakthrough session on my call. Queen, does that make sense? All right, Facebook. Love you bunches. Talk to you later, Facebook. All right, YouTube, I'm focused just on you. And who else has a question? Y'all liking this chat?
Living in alignment because
I'm going to keep focused on Queen a little bit more, Emily, and then I'll get back to yours, okay? But Queen, tell me more of what you've heard. Actually, I called it an offering. So we're done with donation. We're done with offering, Queen. Like, that's your action step. Not, oh, I accept donations. Oh, I accept your offering. Even if you state, I'm welcome to receive like $35 offerings, that still, it has the energy of, I need you to see my skills. I need you to be the one to acknowledge that my skills are worthy, instead of, hey, I know my skill set is valuable. I know there's people who value this skill set. Here's the price I value it at. And I want the people who also value it at that. It puts you in like a little bit more of a leadership position. And George, the spirit guide, is asking, do you understand that it's about you stepping into that leadership? You could keep the price the same, Queen. Just stop calling it donation or offering and call it a, hey, I'm doing a live meditation series. It's $35. It's that ownership of, right? Does that make sense, Queen? Who else is live? And guys, I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. also doing another channeled message for the collective, followed with a little spot coaching. Makes a lot of sense. Clearly, I'm in alignment. Got the wording support. So yeah, so it's the wording, and it's also that internal shift of, hey, I'm really good at, so it's like me owning, I'm really good at helping people get perspective switches, right? I just helped you with a perspective switch. I'm really good at that. There's some people who don't value that. Fine. They don't have to value it for me to value it. There's some people who, hey, that's really valuable, but they only want to receive that in a friend type relationship. Fine to some extent, right? But I can't be doing that all the time. Otherwise, I'd be broke. This is how I support myself. So it's I'm really good at that. And the people who pay me high ticket, they tend to be, look, I love this. I know how it works. You need the internal shifts and then your outer world changes. I don't have the time to meditate though. I need someone else who could do that for me and just give me the switches. So there are people who pay me much higher end, Queen, because they like to stay busy. They're married, they have families. He's like 56 and he wants to do his third big career push. He's like, look, I have a family, I have kids, I like my life, but I'm old enough. I also want to get one more big career push in. I kind of just need someone else. I don't even want an hour call with you every week. I'm busy. I just want to be able to check in as needed. So maybe a little shorter calls where you just point out my shifts for me. You're so good for it. That's someone who really, see that, Queen? All right, you got it. I'm going to go back up to Emily. And other people, type your questions in. I'll probably be able to help one more person before I get off. I have a question. I'm having a hard time choosing goals. I've been loving all the options that I've been presented with, but I'm feeling a little scattered with choosing a direction focus. Well, Emily, to answer that one briefly, and this is specific to you, you're at a place of manifesting opportunities. Universe, what's out there? Universe, can I see what I can do? So you're manifesting opportunities. From these, you want to be going, that one feels too rushed to me. That one feels like too much work to me. That one feels soft, warm, and gentle. And you want to clarify, right? Hey, I really like this. Or if you haven't felt one that just feels like a yes in your chest, universe, thank you for these opportunities. I was manifesting opportunities. Can you now show me one that is a yes to the core of my being, that just lights me up? You need to change your manifestation. You need to change your ask. I don't even want to focus on like narrowing down your goal because you're still at a place of like waking up from COVID and post lockdown and all that stuff. You manifested opportunities. Now it's about manifesting opportunities that light you up, that make you feel excited, that make you feel like, yes, I need to experience that. Does that make, all right, Emily, give me some comments. I was just testing the waters. I was practicing clearly for the next steps. While I was doing my classes, I saved many recordings to place in the webinars. Wonderful, Queen. Wonderful. Yeah. So, hey, so Queen, let's take action from this though. You want to do a live event, right? So from this, go scout out places where you could do a live event. And then just get the information for how much are they, what's their minimum, what are their requirements, right? And definitely keep going live on whatever platforms you're on. Those are your 2 action steps. That's it. And I'll be going live every day this week, so I'll be able to coach you more. I'll figure out what I'm doing next week too, so we can keep you on track for sure. Emily, that makes total sense. Okay, so guys, hit me with your questions. Give me another one. You definitely just want to be at a place of first, can I at least, universe, start seeing the available men in my area? Universe, can I start seeing the people who would want to work with someone like me? Universe, I'd like to become aware of employment opportunities. That's like first step, right? Emily's already there. Now it's wow, thank you for reminding me and letting me know that there are opportunities out there. Now can I start seeing opportunities that feel a little more fun, that feel a little bit more uplifting, that feel a little bit more like a yes for me? I want to live a life that's tuned in, tapped into my yeses, where it just looks like where I'm just like, yes, I want to do that. Yes, I want to do that. So universe, can you start giving me some of those opportunities? Right. And then I feel like everything's becoming available, open at once, music, travel, adventure. I'm just hoping to get refined in my decision making. Yes, definitely. Well, cancel Grateful Dead and come to me. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. It's in an alignment for you to go to that concert for sure. Okay, so that's a different question, Emily. That is the kick my people pleasing question. There's so many opportunities, and I want to get refined in my decision making. So, Emily, there's a little bit of you make decisions right now to please others for sure. And there's a little bit of your energy that's more used to being focused on other people and what would make them happy versus being focused on you and what would make you happy. So for that, what I'd recommend is when you do your meditations, set a timer of 15 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 options, okay? One, and just bring your focus on you. And you do that just by relax the muscles in your forehead, behind your eyes, the sides of your eyes, your chest, your back, your stomach. Spend 15 minutes just going muscle by muscle, relaxing your body. That's training the muscle of getting your focus on you. Okay, that's a practical one in your body grounded. I'm going to give you a little more spiritual one now. Get into the meditation space, so quiet your mind, and when you feel your body get that relax, I then want you to picture like pieces of mirrors. Most of them will be pointing outwards, not facing you. I want you to flip the mirrors around on you. I have a meditation that I titled Meditation for PCOS, Healing the Emotions Behind It. The first half of that is that mirror meditation. After that, it goes into a girly thing of like send love and light to your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, give it a meditation. But you could do it on your own, or you could do the first half of my meditation, and it does that. People went from, I used to just like hear people talk to me when they weren't talking, and now I don't hear them anymore because we need to get you tuned in to hearing more of what you want. Does that make sense, Emily? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's live. I will be back on tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for us. So LB Studio, come back tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow, 11 a.m. with a general message for everyone, and then I'll go into some spot coaching. But again, if you guys want to come hang out live in person, I would love to meet you and channel for you live. I just dropped the link in the comments, and I so look forward to meeting whoever it is that wants to come out and play. Bye.